Hello, I'm Sean Bushnell, and I'm going to talk a little bit about ferns. So, ferns first originated about 360 million years ago, and currently there are over 10,000 different species of ferns. They belong to the kingdom Plantae and the phylum Tracheophyta, which just means that they're vascular plants, and then all ferns belong to the class Polypodiopsida. Now, ferns are most closely related to seed plants, which is angiosperms and gymnosperms. But they're pretty different from those. They don't have seeds or flowers, and they consist mainly of just roots, stems, leaves, and spores. Some species can grow really tall, up to 65 feet, while others are really small and barely go above the ground. Ferns have a fibrous root system and a repetitive leaf pattern, and the different parts of a fern are the big leaf part, which is the frond, and then the stem that goes down that is the rachis, with the base being called the stipe, and then off of the rachis grows a pinna, and then on each pinna is a bunch of pinnules. And with the pinnules, there are two different types. There's ones that are photosynthetic, which make energy for the entire plant, and then there's reproductive ones that produce spores. So with leaves on ferns, they're pretty interesting in that they have a pattern that repeats itself. So most ferns, it will repeat itself twice, but in some cases, such as this one, you have the pattern formed on the frond, and then it repeats itself again on the pinna, and then it repeats itself once again on the pinnule. So ferns reproduce both sexually and asexually, and they alternate between being diploid and haploid at different stages in their life. Ferns are polysporangiophytes. So one way that they reproduce is that they'll have their root systems that grow out and branch out, and some of those roots will go and emerge above the ground and become their own plants. And once they develop enough, they can live independently of the parent. And the other way that they reproduce is via spores, which are on the undersides of the leaves that are fertile. And those spores are distributed by wind, and once they land, they will sprout a gametophyte, which is this bottom part of the plant. And that has different chambers for the egg and the sperm. And so once it's fertilized, the plant will produce a sporophyte, which is this upper part. And that will go on to become its own fern one day. And that is a little bit about ferns. Thank you.